Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're unpacking a real head-scratcher of modern infrastructure. We are looking at Delhi Airport, a facility that somehow operates as a massive high-emissions global transit hub, while at the exact same time pioneering world-class green sustainability. I mean, how do you actually balance explosive economic growth with rigorous environmental responsibility? Just look at the sheer 24/7 pulse of this place. Spread over a massive 5,106 acres, Delhi International Airport is a relentless, sprawling microcity that literally never sleeps. It's this complex, glowing web of runways, terminals, and logistics centers operating around the clock to connect the Indian capital to the rest of the globe. Here's our roadmap for today. We'll look at it as a global aviation behemoth, check out the Terminal 3 miracle, explore how it fuels the economic engine, dive into that green aviation paradox, and finally, look at their smarter, future-ready operations. Let's get right into it. All right, part one, a global aviation behemoth. We really need to understand the sheer scale of this operation. Now check out this staggering number, over 73,673,000 passengers. That is the projected passenger traffic figure for the 2025-2026 period. To put that crazy number into perspective, that's basically like moving the entire population of the United Kingdom through one single physical location in just a year. It's a massive human scale of operation that requires absolute precision. And all that volume, it pushes Delhi Airport straight into global dominance, officially ranking as the 9th busiest airport in the entire world. On a planet absolutely packed with megacities and massive transit hubs, breaking into the global top 10 is a huge testament to India's booming economic and demographic momentum, and the airport's ability to handle that incredible surge. What's truly fascinating here is the dual nature of this hub. If you look at the data from financial year 2024, you've got a colossal domestic load of 54.2 million passengers, right alongside 19.4 million international travelers. That translates to balancing over 336,000 domestic flights with over 106,000 international ones. It's like a dual-engine machine, acting as both the ultimate domestic connector for India and a massive global gateway. Moving on to part two, the Terminal 3 miracle and the speed of scale. Take a look at this massive contrast in construction timelines. Normally, building a 45 million capacity terminal takes around 60 months, like London's Heathrow Terminal 5 or Beijing's Terminal 3, or even 76 months for Singapore's Changi Terminal 3. But Delhi's Terminal 3? It was modernized and built in just 37 months. That is an absolute marvel of project execution. It completely proves that doing things at massive scale with lightning speed is entirely possible. And to really grasp what they managed to build in those 37 months, think about this. Inside its 5.8 million square feet of space, Terminal 3 houses a 100-room transit hotel, an insane 96 automatic travelators, with the longest being 118 meters long, and 78 passenger boarding bridges. They didn't just build a transit point. They essentially whipped up an internal microcity designed to move millions of people with ruthless efficiency. Okay, part three, fueling the economic engine and the incredible financial recovery. You can literally see this financial machinery at work with their explosive post-pandemic recovery. Just look at this. Gross revenue jumps from over 3,057 crores in financial year 2022, accelerates to over 4,254 crores in 2023, and totally blasts past 5,094 crores by 2024. That is a steep upward trajectory for sure. It really highlights the rapid return of both domestic and international travel and the immense economic value generated by the whole airport ecosystem. Now, to keep this powerhouse humming, the corporate structure relies on a really strategic consortium. Delhi International Airport Limited, or DIAL, operates with GMR holding a majority 64% stake to drive the entrepreneurial operations. Then, the Airports Authority of India holds 26% to ensure government alignment, while Fraport AG brings in that crucial global operational expertise with a 10% share. It's a finely tuned public-private partnership built for aggressive growth. Which brings us to part four, the green aviation paradox. Because how exactly does an operation of this magnitude, inherently tied to the high-emissions aviation industry, balance that explosive economic growth with actual environmental responsibility? Well, the reality is, they aren't just buying carbon offsets to look good on paper. They are fundamentally reducing their actual physical footprint. Delhi Airport is literally the first airport in the Asia-Pacific region with over 40 million passengers to hit Level 5 certification under the Airport Carbon Accreditation Program. Since June 2022, they've been running on 100% net renewable electricity. And get this, over the last 4 years, they've achieved a staggering 52% reduction in absolute CO2 emissions. It creates this wild paradox. You have these massive, fuel-burning aircraft docked right at the gates of a terminal powered entirely by renewable energy. It forces us to ask, how does an industry so tied to heavy emissions manage to build an environment that actually hits global green standards? Well, the secret is entirely about redesigning the physical operations on the ground. And that leads us perfectly into our final section, smarter, future-ready operations. Let's see this ecosystem at work. A perfect example of this ground-level redesign is the Elevated Cross Taxiway. This 2.1-kilometer-long structure fundamentally changes how planes actually move around. By drastically cutting down the time aircraft spend taxiing before takeoff and after landing, this one single piece of infrastructure saves a massive 55,000 tons of CO2 emissions every single year. It's literally structural engineering directly serving an environmental goal. But being future-ready isn't just about slashing emissions or maximizing profits. It's also about pioneering social inclusivity. Delhi Airport's adoption of the Sunflower Friendly initiative provides personalized, super discreet support for travelers with hidden disabilities. It's a great reminder that a truly sustainable future also has to be a highly accessible and equitable one. And that really brings us back to the core theme running through this entire operation. Whether we're talking about sustainable architecture, lightning-fast construction, massive economic scale, or inclusive social programs, the ultimate goal is a seamless, positive experience for the passenger. Just taking in this modern interior, it's the perfect visual representation of an ecosystem striving to be greener, smarter, and future-ready, all at the exact same time. Which leaves us with this final thought to ponder. As the global population keeps rising and the demand for air travel just continues to surge, we are desperately going to need infrastructure models that can handle massive scale without totally wrecking the environment. So, looking at the data, the speed of execution, and the very real environmental results we've unpacked in this explainer today, is Delhi Airport providing the ultimate blueprint for a greener, future-ready sky? Thanks for learning with us today, and keep questioning how the world around you is